Do you ever look at history and think, wow, there is a lot of old stuff, I wonder where they keep it all? But the shocking answer is, they didn't. A massive amount of history has actually gone missing, like a set of house keys, but on a global scale and with way more bronze. This month, we'll be looking at June's photojournal for the first time, and of course, she could never be satisfied at looking at the obvious. Instead, she looked for what was not there anymore, for objects missed in time, like military medals and embroideries and even cannons, where all we have to study are the shadows they left behind. For us to understand why these missing objects fascinated June so much, we reach out to someone who, unlike me, knows what he's talking about, Don N. Hagist, author and editor of the American Revolution Journal. Hello, Don. Thanks for having us. Looking into June's photojournal, the first thing that crossed my mind was, how can a cannon go missing? And what role did they play during the revolution?
Okay, that's a great question. The cannon in question is a bronze 12-pound cannon. This type of cannon remained useful into the early part of the 19th century. But once they get turned into inventory, they're no longer these special guns captured at Saratoga. They're just 12-pound field pieces. And that's where the trail goes cold. It may be in the hands of some private collection to this day, or it could possibly even be in a public collection and just not recognized for what it is. So we don't know what happened to this gun. The fact that it's missing doesn't necessarily mean it was lost. It just means that people lost track of it.
Let's move to a more fashionable object. This cap was adorned with 3 ostrich feathers, a very eye-catching feature for a soldier. What a cap like this would signify and how would they help on a battlefield?
It's a light infantry cap. Light infantry was a new component of the British military at this time, specializing in fast movement and skirmishing tactics, rapid movement on the battlefield. And they wore a distinctive type of headwear. We have this story that one soldier, James Hall, he was captured. When he was captured, an American militiaman took his hat, and what he wrote was his military cap with ostrich feathers.
You mentioned many times how wonderful it would be to perhaps find these objects in someone's home, someone's archive. And do missing objects ever reappear? Do you have any, did you see this happening before?
They do, and it's really exciting news when it happens. So the hope is that by showing some of these kinds of artifacts in June's journey, that people might notice them. Somebody might say, that embroidery with those buildings, I saw that in a little historical society in Arizona or something, and it will get back to the kind of prominence that it deserves.
Yes, I think you're already getting to the next topic. That's actually my last question. It was a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much for sharing some of your time with us today. Why it is so important to find objects such as these?
We often don't know the full importance that something can have if we don't actually have it. Studying history is like finding pieces to a jigsaw puzzle, and every piece you find might be a really important one that connects some other things together. Any artifact is important for reasons that we might not know. Another measure of importance is the word history has the word story right in it, right? We're always looking for stories to help us feel that we're part of something bigger, this longer connection through time. And just being able to see and sometimes put your hands on these artifacts gives you a kind of energy and connection that you wouldn't otherwise have. So it's valuable to be able to have the real thing in a place where everybody can get that sense of appreciation from it, rather than it being hiding in someone's drawer somewhere or in the back of a closet.